start. It's kind of technical today. It was raining. Then the sun came out. Then it started raining again, like Hose, like the movie Hose. All you know. Y'all doing? Quantum physics. What is quantum physics? Well, what is physics? Physics is like weight, mass, speed, momentum, force, energy, all that type of stuff. Alright, so quantum physics is a study of that. But the fact that we can't find it, we just call it quantum. So like, you know how you go in the bottom of the ocean and they say like, oh man, there's so much undiscovered in the ocean. That's all quantum. So the stuff that we don't understand, we just call it quantum. So we got an atom. We got an atom, right? They say if you split an atom, it can make a bomb. But nobody actually split an atom, because if you split an atom, you'll just explode, right? So that's what quantum physics is. Okay, that's what quantum physics is. It's the study of like particles, subatomic particles that we don't understand. Okay, they still studying the brain. They still studying the brain. They still studying the ocean. Studying all of it. We don't exactly know. So, people say they see ghosts. People say it's like electromagnetic energy that we can't see, only through electricity. Right? So what's that got to do with mental health? Well, quantum physics is the study of particles and atoms, right? If it's the study of particles and atoms, you have to study the possibility. There's different terms in quantum physics. So like, you know, like the possibility that something will happen. So say you roll a dice. We will never know what number that dice would roll on. That's quantum physics. So, say you drop some change. You drop some change in the middle of the seat. And the action of you reaching for the change actually moved further in the seat. What's the possibility of that? Okay? What's the possibility you will actually grab it? Okay, so like that's quantum physics. When we talk about mental health, we have to understand that mental health occurs 24/7 because the brain never goes to sleep. When you're in REM sleep, the brain is more active than when you're awake. Your brain is constantly on. And a lot of people don't understand the health side of the brain. So when you speak on like the health of the brain, think about like your health, period. Your health, period, in general. You know, are you eating healthy? Are you working out? Stretching? You're not stretching. You is not stretching. I know you know. Mental health is the same way. How do you get like mental exercise? Well, you read books. Well, take deep breaths so the oxygen can actually hit your brain instead of just staying here. Well, read, take deep breaths, and you sleep. Okay? You sleep. That's a big part of mental health. So I'm teaching you how to like some tips on like boosting it up right now so you can think about it. So what's that got to do with quantum physics? Well, the study goes like this. If we was to just escape out of this earth for a second, we escape out of this earth. We are all human beings on this one planet. So, if we was to be studying human beings on the planet, you would realize we all have the same thing. Like, you know, ants, they all have antennas. Humans, we all have brains. Okay? So brains are electricity. Like it the brain conducts electricity. Okay? So the particles, the study of the atoms, it goes like this. Like you got an electron, and then you got a proton, and then you got a neutron. That's what makes things solid. So that's what makes it solid. Okay, just on a subatomic level, if you put it under a microscope, everything you see will have proton, electron, and nucleus. You know, that's science for you. But what quantum does is say, at what point of time will you be at this? At what point of time will you be at that? We have no clue. We have to study it as if it was a wave. We have to study these cells as if it was a wave or a frequency. So what do I mean? Well, it's a possibility that the dice will roll on the 7th. It's a possibility that the dice will roll on the 6th. Okay, but we would never know. We can only say 1 through 12. You know, we can only say 1 through 12. But we know it would never be a 13 through 99. So if it's not 13 through 99, we know it's a 1 through 12. That's quantum physics. We know how to measure these subjects in waves, and we know how to measure these subjects in particles. Alright? So look, at certain times your mental health is bad. At certain times, like, your mental health is good. So if you study the frequency of when you are going through some type of mental health, it's a possibility that you might be going through that same exact thing next month, next year, next week, or even tomorrow. Even tomorrow, you could be going through the same type of mental health condition. Okay, so say, for example, say we have depression. We have depression. It's certain times where you get triggered, where it's kind of like, oh man, I don't want to be here. You know, quantum physics says you're going to experience that not once. You're not just going to experience that time once. Okay? It's a possibility you might be experiencing that your whole entire life. So, quantum physics would say, okay, on Mondays, 6 p.m., I'm down. Monday, 6 p.m., I'm down. Oh, man. So what you do, you measure your Mondays. You measure your Mondays. What's the possibility that I will actually be down on Monday at 6 p.m.? Okay? What's the possibility that I will be going through the same mental state again? Okay? We get depressed, we get angry. A lot of stuff happens with our mental health that just ruins us. But we okay. It didn't kill us. You know, and we just go along with our day like it didn't happen. But quantum physics says it will happen again. That wasn't just the first time that happened. Quantum physics says it's a possibility that it may happen again. So, you could go pay money, pay thousands, pay bands on a psychiatrist. You could go pay bands on a sociologist. You could go pay bands on a psychologist. Go ahead. But look, I'm breaking it down. This is what happens when our mental health is either at a high or our mental health is either at a low. It could be a various amount of factors. It could be a various amount of factors of why we experiencing this stuff. So that doesn't matter. The why doesn't matter. Why did he hurt me so bad? Why am I so happy? Why does my brain hurt? You know, why do I have a headache? Nah, none of that matter. None of that matter. I'ma tell you. Look. Win. That's what matters. Win if this happens. Because look at the title. Quantum physics of mental health. This is not why people hurt you so bad. We would never, if we studied why, we would never find out. We would never find out. And if we do, we would probably be dead. If we, for sure, we don't know for sure why a lot of stuff is going on, right? It's unexplainable. And that's what makes it quantum. It's stuff just appearing in the sky. Okay? Some scientists saying they could take an electron, they could take a proton, and they could split that. Whatever's in between that, it could be instant. So, for example, a laser. I could take a laser and point it in any direction, and it could go in any direction. I could point a laser in any direction, and it could go any direction. The possibility is quantum. Your phone. You make a phone call. It's not just connecting to nothing. It's a tower. When you make a phone call, it's a tower. Okay? So there's a laser from your phone going to that tower when you make a phone call. That's quantum. We don't know exactly where that laser is. We just know it's Wi-Fi. We just know it's data. So what does that have to do with mental health? We will never know why there are possibilities. But what we do know is when. We know when. Okay? So if we know when, we can actually do something with the when, okay? Hit me out. So say today, I'm just not in the mood. out of nowhere, I just, spaz out. I don't have any type of mental health condition. I'm completely normal. Got the brain scan. Don't have to take pills. Not diagnosed with bipolar. Not diagnosed with depression. Not diagnosed with schizophrenia. Not diagnosed with anything. For whatever reason, I am not feeling myself. Something just came over me. I'm not feeling myself. Quantum physics says it will happen again. What time are you feeling this? It could possibly happen at the same exact time. So if I'm feeling down today, 6:30? If I'm feeling down today at 6:30, measure that 6:30. Measure that 6:30. Tomorrow, how you feeling at 6:30? The next day, how you feeling at 6:30? The next day, how you feeling at 6:30? In a minute, you gonna actually manipulate how you feel. At 6 o'clock, you can say, oh, snap. At 6 o'clock, you can say, I know I'm gonna be down at 6:30. How about I do something that makes me happy at this time? That's what I mean by quantum physics of mental health. Okay? You're studying the waves by saying, okay, this is what's happening. I'm either up or I'm either down. Okay? You could be at any area. You can put it in an area. Okay? You can say, at this time, I'm here. I'm at this location. That's a wave. Okay, so the frequency, the study of the frequency in the mental health is saying time. Okay? Time. What's the timing of it? Okay? What's the timing of it? Is it 6? Is it in the afternoon? Is it at night? Is it in the morning? What time are you feeling this major mental condition? Are you feeling like, wow, I'm either extra happy, like I don't know what came over me, but look, I'm hella happy. Or the opposite. Like, damn, bro. For no reason, I just snapped on this man at the drive-thru line. I just snapped on this man. Don't get no fuck. Don't get no fuck. That can happen again. But don't wonder why. Don't wonder why it's happening. Quantum physics says when. Because we don't know. Professional scientists who got astronauts, robots, satellites in space still don't know the answers. So this is what they're telling us. This is what they're telling us. They're saying we have to measure when. We can't measure why anymore. Because anything could happen. And we could all be dead. But we won't know why. We won't know why. They will know why. After we're gone, that's why. But what we can do now in the present is study when. And that is the quantum physics. We can study the when. Trust me. It works. Because if tomorrow you are feeling the same, you will know that that's your time. You will know that's your time. where you're strange. You're feeling kind of strange. Okay, so mental health occurs in all of us. I'm not saying it's a mental condition. I'm saying it's mental health. The study of mental health, which can be anybody with the brain. It could be anybody with the brain. So measure that. It'll surprise you. It'll surprise you. You would be like, oh, I didn't know that at a certain time I changed. More. Transform. Become a person I never was. You see what I'm saying? So, measure when. Quantum physics of mental health. I'm out.